Fabulous. So the cooking class tonight is focused on low sodium and low fat or oils, or probably none. And it's an easy meal that you can make for dinner and also have for lunch the next day. My name is Chef Dulce Jimenez, for those that are new. And I am a personal chef, health coach, and cooking instructor. And my cooking is plant-forward cuisine, which is all the ingredients and everything I cook is plant-based. And I also add small amount of animal protein. We have another participant joining now. So, but all my menus are based on plants, and I create the menus based on plant ingredients. And then if you want to add a small amount of turkey or fish or lamb, well, that's okay. Eggs, depends on your diet. But I am going to make this dish today. It's going to be a stuffed sweet potatoes with turkey, and I'm going to make the stuffing first, vegetarian, and then I'm gonna add the turkey at the end. I'm gonna get some of the vegetables out, and then I'm gonna add it all. So you can please everybody in your family. If you have a family member that is vegan, you can make this meal for everybody. And please also the ones that like to have their meat. Oh, everybody's joining now. Okay, this is great. Welcome everyone. Make sure you put your Zoom in speaker view so you can see my screen with the food and also the other screen with me talking on the other side. So I'm going to start because I don't want to delay the class. It's already almost 8:10. Please feel free to ask any question and interact. And also, Dr. Ali, feel free to also interact. So one of the techniques to cook with no oil is to use vegetable stock, low sodium, or made at home, preferably, or just water. I do have some chicken stock, and because in my house there are no vegan, I am not vegan, I do eat some chicken, and I'm going to put a little bit of water, and in that water, I'm going to cook my aromatics. The aromatics are the onions and the garlic and some spices to start making the vegetables.
1 second, Chef. Martha says she can't hear anyone.
She can't hear anyone. Okay. Everybody can hear me, right?
I can.
Yes, I can hear you.
I can.
Okay.
I can hear.
Okay. So Bianca is hearing me. So Martha, okay. Vanessa, hello. Thank you for joining, guys. Martha,
Chef, can we talk a little bit about where you're from? Because I feel like we have a mixed group tonight, and I think people would, appreciate your background.
Of course, I love that. So if you can also put in the chat where you're from, I love to hear. My background.
Let's do it, ladies. Let's show the colors.
So
I said, let's do it, ladies. Let's show our colors. Chef, where are you from?
My background is Dominican and Cuban. My grandmother, I grew up with my mother, and my grandmother, I love to cook with my grandmother in the kitchen. That's where I learned to really season the food and put the love into it with my grandmother from Dominican Republic, but she was originally from Cuba. So my seasonings are actually more Latin, but I love Asian and Indian, and I really combine global cuisine in everything I do. So as I said, guys, I'm going to cook the aromatic. So the aromatic is the onion. I don't do absolutely anything without onions and garlic. I love them. And I'm going to always cook the onion first before I put my garlic, because the garlic can burn very easily, right? So I'm gonna have medium-high heat, and I'm gonna, as you can see, I'm going to let my onions sweat or make it a little bit soft.
I have a question. What kind of chicken stock did you use?
Well, I use the organic low sodium from Whole Foods when I don't have mine. But what I do is I When I make mine, I make a big batch in my Instapot, and I make cubes, ice cubes, in with my stock. And that's what I use instead of oil. As you can see, it's no oil in here. This is chicken stock, or you can use vegetable stock, because I'm going to do separate. I'm going to do vegetables and then the meat. So you can do vegetable stock or water, just water, because we're going to put a lot of spices. But I like the one from 365 from Whole Foods.
And for those who wanted a more vegan option, obviously olive oil is a great alternative to chicken stock.
Water, and because this cooking is
completely raw.
And you can have you can put a little bit of oil, but not olive oil. If you're going to cook in high heat, you must use a high heat oil, like grapeseed, avocado oil, or peanut oil. But I'm teaching you, and you have the ingredients. This recipe is delicious, and you really don't need the oils. You can put a little bit of olive oil at the end, cold, not cooked. Does that answer your question?
Yes, I'm gonna try to post up the recipe card in the comments. And if you guys have any comments or questions, please type away, and we're trying to make this as interactive as possible.
Thank you.
So Martha is, remember, I speak Spanish, but you know, I'm trying my best. So it looks like she's making potatoes and chicken, and she uses agua, and I don't know the last word.
Yeah, she uses water. Yeah.
She's using something else. Can someone translate the last word?
Marta dijo que ella
Can you say it in English?
I guess she's boiling las patas de pollo, like the chicken legs, and she uses water y she freezes it. Like if she boils the chicken legs, uses the water and freezes it.
Fantastic. I get it. So that's the stuff that she uses. Yeah, you can just boil the meat and then use that water to cook. That's a great idea, Martha. Thank you. So I'm going to mix some spices. You can see I have turmeric and chili powder and paprika. This is a kind of Mexican flair. So I'm going to put a little bit of the spices, and I will keep putting my water on my stock, whatever you prefer. And the onions are already a little bit soft. Now I'm going to put my garlic. So I'm going to talk to you about two things about garlic. So for the garlic, I love garlic. I love it, and I put it in everything. But what I do is I take the sprout, the little sprout in the middle where the sprout grows, that middle part in there, I take it out because that make your garlic rancid faster if you put it in the refrigerator to use. I take that little part from there. I don't know if you can see it. And also, if you eat a lot of garlic like us, it will not give you gas or like indigestion. Some people, when they eat, like in Italian places, they put a lot of garlic or garlic bread, they get indigestion. So taking that out will eliminate that problem, okay? But guys, this is how I have my garlic every week. This is a very easy way to have it. And what I do is I put a little bit on top of oil, just on top, so it doesn't get dry or rancid. But I process it in my food processor once a week. I'm going to join somebody else. Can't see the names, but welcome, welcome, welcome. I am not letting my onions burn, guys. I keep putting a little bit of water. Now I'm going to put a big spoon of garlic. As I said, we're garlic lovers in this house. Dr. Ali, so tell us about you. Where are you from?
So my parents are from Guyana, and I grew up with a very strong Caribbean household where salt and butter and fried foods were never a missing commodity. So learning how to cook healthy in my young adulthood was a challenge, but I think I've got a good handle on it. And when I met Chef, I just said, wow, this is a woman tugging at my heartstrings because she understands that I love to eat, but my genetics don't love the food I love to eat. So
Yes,
I thought I'd share her with you all because there's a lot to learn.
there is. Thank you. Thank you for doing this, Dr. Ali. We met in a health fair, and since then we have become close, and we decided we have to share the cooking classes with everyone. And we're going to do this more often, right, Dr. Ali?
No, most definitely. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. So, okay, guys, so this is soft enough. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, and this is another trick, because what I'm teaching you here is that how to make things easier for you when you come to do a dinner, right? I have already my tomatoes. These are roasted, dry roasted tomato. I open a can or I roast it myself, and then I put them in bags and I refrigerate them. So I already have them ready. This is also another trick to have things, to make things quickly. Sometimes I have my own recaito or adobo, how we call it. And, you know, it's even easier for you. You don't even have to do much. You just put that and that's it. So now I'm going to add beans, because beans are awesome. And if you make the beans from scratch, you can put, my grandmother used to put anise in the beans, so
Almonds?
it doesn't give you gas. And also you can, if they're better overnight, you put them in water overnight and then you cook it in your pressure cooker, and they also are better for you, better to digest.
What do you put in the beans? I'm sorry.
I haven't put anything in the beans, but I'm saying if you're making it from scratch, from dry beans, it's better.
Okay. Okay.
You leave them overnight, soak in water, and then you cook them in your pressure cooker. And
No, but I think you said anise, or was it almonds?
oh yeah, my grandmother used to put anise.
Oh, okay.
Anise.
Yeah.
I don't, because really they don't bother me, but some people are very sensitive to the beans. So
Yeah, because of the gas.
yeah,
Exactly.
the gas, exactly, or bloated. And
Yeah.
so I'm going to put whatever vegetables I have in here. So in the recipe, I put some ideas, some spinach or some zucchini. I have some cabbage, and guys, I love cabbage because you put cabbage in everything, in your meats, in your salads, in your soups. You can boil them, broil them, bake bake cabbage. You can make stuffed cabbage, and they last a long time. So I always have cabbage in my refrigerator, and I use them for my salads or for everything. And
I love that you're using a lot of fresh seasoning, because as some may need to, for blood pressure reasons, watch their salt intake. Fresh seasonings add flavor while making sure that there's no extra added sodium.
sure.
And I think just the fresh seasoning definitely adds flavor without the extra salt. One thing my mom did do that I think I will continue to do when I cook more regularly is she would, like, just like you, Chef, chop up fresh seasonings, put them in the food processor, and keep them in the freezer to just kind of grab and go. That way, like, meal prepping can be easier.
Yes, that's what I said, the recaito or the sofrito, we call it like that in Puerto Rico. But that's exactly what you just say. Chop out your onions, your garlic, your cilantro, or Cubanelle pepper. And if you like spicy, put a jalapeno in there. And you can have that in containers like this, like I have the garlic, or in little bags. I love it in bags because then you can just take pieces of it, right? So I'm putting the tomato paste and a little bit of garlic chili sauce, which is a little bit spicy. So I'm cooking, and you don't have to cook this that much, guys. We don't have to kill the food keeping it cooking it too much. And I'm gonna put the cabbage, and we're using colors as well. Don't do this like I just did. That is not a way to clean your knife, but you know, we chef we're risky with our knives. So I'm putting the cabbage now, and I'm putting my favorite herb, which is cilantro. Like I don't do anything without cilantro. Guys, you're very quiet. Feel free to talk and interrupt and join the conversation. So this is something that you can make quick.
Chef,
Yes.
there's a question. How long can the frozen herbs and seasoning last in the freezer, would you say?
Well, in my house, it will last maybe 2 weeks. And also depends if you put it in the freezer, because we use it, guys. I will not leave it more than a month, honestly. Because I like to have fresh food as much as I can. And also, you get the more nutrients when you have fresh foods. But those little things are shortcuts that is good to have, right? But you prefer to have things fresh. And I do this also mixture of spices, what I call the Latin complete mix, because the one that is available that I don't, you know what I'm talking about, has MSG, and MSG is very irritant for myself and for a lot of people. You should avoid products with MSG. Doctor, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it's very high in sodium, so not recommended for those with blood pressure problems linked to some cancers. I do want you to talk about oh my God, my brain just had a fart.
It's okay.
It was about, we were talking about MSG. Oh, it'll come back to me and I'll interrupt you. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
don't worry. So I'm gonna put the spinach. I'm ready to put cilantro, and this is amazing, guys. You're gonna see some ingredients that are not typical, because I cook for clients that have a lot of allergies and sensitivities, or going through cancer or things. So, and some of them cannot consume soy. So this is coconut aminos. These are made of coconut. This is no.
Remembered. So now that we're on the topic of cancer produce and cancer additives to food, which type of produce are you absolutely adamant, I want this organic, or I could get the inorganic version of?
Oh, well, so every year we have a list that is produced for us, which are the products that are the most contaminant or the least every year. And actually, there is a website for that. And it's called the Clean 15 and the Dirty 12. So the cleanest 15 products and the dirtiest 12, meaning that the ones that are more prone to get the pesticides and stuff. However, this is my rule of thumb. If you're gonna eat it raw, buy it organic. If you're gonna eat it raw and with skin, buy it organic. And usually our fruits like berries and apples and things like that, all the lettuce, all the fresh herbs, those things, I buy them organic. Stuff that you're gonna peel and you're gonna cook, well, it's okay. And there's a lot of debate, doctor, about the amount of pesticides, because still organic growing, they use some pesticides, or they're organic and plant-based and all that, but they still use some. So there's a lot of debate about that. And my recommendation is simple. If you're gonna eat it raw, make sure you definitely use organic. However, if you are in a health challenge, if you're going through a health challenge and you can afford everything organic, please do. Absolutely. So will that answer your question, doctor?
No, you definitely hit the pearls. I definitely think it's important to not go crazy over buying bananas organic, you know, because you don't eat the skin. Same thing for plantains. No, take home point is if you're going to eat it and you can afford it, go for it. Exactly.
So here I have my mixture of vegetables.
Actually, I have a question, Chef. This is Bianca. I had a question for the foods that are on the Dirty 12 list. How do you recommend to actually clean them? Like, should we soak it in vinegar and baking soda, or is just a vegetable brush and just hot water sufficient?
Well, you will not be able to take pesticides from it, but you definitely must clean it. Brush them by vinegar, is fantastic, or by the organic or vinegar and lemon, but definitely brush it. For example, this sweet potato that I'm making tonight, or that I pre-did for you guys tonight, they are organic, but I also brush them anyways.
Yeah, because most of the pesticides are often sprayed onto the produce, you know, there is that, well, that's why you should wash your vegetables, but sometimes with the germination, it may be within the genetic makeup of the plant, and unfortunately, that's something you can't rub off or wash off.
Exactly. So guys, I am going to make the turkey now, okay? And if I'm going too fast, please stop me, because, you know, I do this with my eyes closed and sometimes I go fast. But if you have any questions, just keep talking. I love to feel that I'm cooking with all of you at home. So I'm going to put a little bit more of my stock. I already have my mixture of vegetables. So this is already done if you want to have it vegan, okay? Now, let me tell you, while my stock is getting hot. Okay.
Can I make some other suggestions? So like if you are vegan, but still want that texture of meat, there's lots of pea plant protein alternatives. I don't know what your experience or recommendations on those are, Chef. Like Beyond Meat has some products.
Thank you.
We could add chickpea as well, but that would be very high rich in carbs. So those who are, you know, watching their sugars, chickpeas may not be good options. Do not recommend red meat, especially because while turkey is an animal, the red meats are high and rich in animal fat, which would make your cholesterol worse. So
definitely.
Anything you want to add, Chef?
Yes, well, I am a little bit hesitant if you are in a health challenge to eat processed food. My suggestion is always whole foods, plant forward. So if you want to put a little bit of animal protein is okay, but whole foods better, because, you know, to make these fake meat or fake cheeses, there's a lot of processing there. And, you know, I think you're defeating the purpose. So that's my recommendation. But
no, I agree. I agree with you completely. I would rather do real turkey than pea plant. I'm just asking for those who don't want to do it for whatever reason.
So here you have, you know, the beans. You have the beans, and you can put some quinoa. You can put rice and beans together, which is a perfect complete protein. So that will also give you more protein if you want. You can add flaxseed, you can add some other stuff, but I want to make it simple and economic as well. So I roasted the sweet potatoes for about 40 minutes. Let me turn this off for a second. But you can do this in your microwave, which I don't recommend either, but you could, right? And the way I do it is I clean it with a brush. I have a brush and that I only use for my vegetables. Then I prick it with a fork, right? I cut it in half and I put it upside down first for about 20 minutes. And then I change the position of the sweet potatoes and I bake it for another 20 minutes. And I only use a little bit of avocado oil or coconut oil on top and in the bottom, okay?
So you made a great point about adding flaxseed. Flaxseed is really good to add to meals or salads, especially. It's really rich in cholesterol lowering agents and a form of fiber. So it's really good if you're struggling with your cholesterol to kind of add it in as much as possible.
Exactly. So I'm taking the meat of 4 pieces of sweet potato. Because guys, every time I'm in the kitchen, I'm thinking about eating tomorrow. I don't know you guys, but I'm always thinking about eating or cooking. And I will never make something for one time. I always, like, if I chop garlic or onions, I do it for at least 2 days. Oh, there's more people going in. Welcome. So I am now taking the flesh end of the sweet potatoes, the ones that I'm going to fill tonight with the stuffing, and I'm going to put it aside. So I love sweet potato, guys. I eat sweet potato every week, and they are amazing. They fill you up. They have so much fiber and nutrients. And Dr. Ali, are you there?
I am. They're also rich in vitamin A. They have a low glycemic index, so it's a really good carb to keep you full without raising your blood sugar too high. And the reason is it's full of fiber. So anything rich in fiber that's still a carb is still a good option, because the fiber kind of offsets the bad sugars that would raise your blood sugar.
Great, fantastic. That's why when they asked me, is it better to drink the juice, even if it's 100% juice, or the fruit? Definitely the fruit. So I have here the meat of the sweet potato. And with this, I'm going to make, guys, the dressing for the week. So we're not going to waste anything. And the sweet potato, I'm going to put them aside. I'm going to put the ones that I'm going to fill here. The other ones, I'm going to use them for tomorrow. I can put it in a container and just use it for my breakfast or for the day before. Also, another idea is you can have them, you can bake a lot of them, and then put it in Ziploc bags and freeze them. Okay, let me take this out of here. The sweet potatoes I'm going to use for later. Okay, now I want to talk about turkey. And if I will do some other kind of meat or ingredient, but this is all going to go together. I'm going to use the same pan that I already used for the vegetables to do the turkey. And the key, guys, turkey. I love turkey because turkey gets whatever seasoning and flavors you want to give. I can make turkey Asian, Italian, Dominican, Caribbean, whatever you want it. But the key is to season it. So I have this turkey already, and you can see I even put the label. It was seasoned for this class. So I put a label to everything you put in the freezer. Please label it, put a date, so you know what it is. So you're not just playing guessing games when you go to your freezer, and you know how long you have that food in there. And so I season it with the same spices. I season it with coconut aminos and some of the spices that you have in ingredients, which is chili powder, paprika, could be, garlic powder, onion powder, whatever you want. And I'm going to, as I said, no oil. I'm just put a little bit of water or stock, because tonight's class is no oil cooking. And I'm going to do the cook the turkey. So to the turkey. Usually, guys, I do it in batches when I have a lot of turkey and I want to have it like, with more color. But because I'm going to use it for stuffing, I'm going to use some for stuffing my sweet potato, the other ones for maybe stuffing empanadas or to put it on top of my salad. So I really don't mind.
Oh my God. Empanadas, I hear a part 2 coming. That sounds delicious.
Keep you here for 2 hours, so I'm gonna put all the turkey there, but usually make it in a few batches and definitely have your turkey seasoned in advance, because that's the key to a delicious turkey. When you try my recipe with the turkey, sometimes people don't believe it's turkey. Okay, so what else, you guys? Okay, so let me talk to you about seasonings that will give you that sodium, not sodium, or iodine, or like give you that taste of saltiness. So I love seaweed and this product here, which is a sea seasoning, and Dulce is a salt alternative, but it's a sea plant. Also, this one has sea lettuce, dulse, and something else. I can't read, I don't have my glasses, but look at this one. This is great alternative for salt, because tonight class is no salt, no oil cooking. Another option is, these are amazing. These are miso. Miso are soybeans, fermented soybeans, and you can have miso white, red. You can see here, miso. And I love chickpea miso. Have you seen that, guys? This is amazing. I will give you.
What do you use that for? I've never heard of that.
So I'm going to use it for the dressing. I'm going to make a creamy sweet potato chipotle dressing that I'm going to put on.
Oh my God, my mouth is drooling. Listen, for anybody who's not following the chat, we're going crazy over empanadas, and I added the recipe card. You can open it and download it to have for future use.
Okay, I'm gonna put my my turkey a little bit higher, and I'm gonna start. I already seasoned this turkey, but guys, I'm gonna re-season it again. Okay, turkey, you season it, and season it. And when I talk about seasoning, let me make sure it's not salt. It's paprika, cumin, coriander, turmeric, all those amazing spices. And I buy them whole. This is cumin seeds, and it lasts like forever. And also coriander seeds. And I grind them myself because I have the time. If you don't, but you can have them. It's a big difference if you grind your own spices, but that's a different class. I love doing cooking class just to talk about spices and herbs, and maybe making an Indian dish and using all those amazing spices. You can toast them first and then grind them. And that's the way I do my complete Latin seasoning, what I call it. I have the spices, the whole spices, and then I grind them. And I use them for, instead of the, oh, where's the camera? Here, you can see them well, but I wish you can smell it. I'm gonna put a little bit of pepper. We love a little bit of spicy here, the kick. And I'm going to make sure I break all those lumps of the turkey. And this is about a pound of turkey. This will last me for, the whole week, for me and my honey. And I use it on top of my salad. I use it with some quinoa, or to fill squash. You can have squash and, put your turkey with your vegetables and bake it in the oven. So you can use this for so many dishes in the week. You can even measure it and put it in containers and put it in the refrigerator, and you already have them already done. So you makes as much as you can, cut your time out of your kitchen, but you're still eating your homemade meal. Okay, any question, guys? Any comments?
I put our IG handles up in the group chat for anyone not following. Follow us, stay engaged with us. We're here to help you.
Yes, thank you for coming, guys. Really, it has been amazing cooking for you tonight, and that you are sharing your precious time with us. So connect with us, leave us your email or your Instagram, so we notify you when we have new classes coming up. Okay, so I don't want to overcook my turkey. that's another thing that is a no with turkey. You know, you season it, re-season it, and you do not overcook it. So I'm going to, it's no longer pink, which is the most important thing. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put more herbs. I'm going to put cilantro, which is my favorite herbs. And if I have like scallions or things like that, I will put it in. Take this out of here. And so I'm going to put the vegetables in it. So I'm leaving half of the vegetables for a meatless day, and the other half I'm gonna put it with the turkey. Okay. Any more questions, comment, anything that you seen here new, something that can you do this at home? Tell me, guys. I can't see the chat, Dr. Ali or Desiree or anyone. You can read what you guys.
Oh, we're chatting away, talking about empanadas and sharing emails. So we're watching.
Okay. Hi, Camille. Welcome. You're there. That's awesome.
Hey, Camille. Well, her audio is now connecting.
Oh. Okay. Now I'm going to put half of the vegetables. So we have a lot in here. As I said, I don't cook just a little bit. I cook a lot. So I have for the rest of the week. So look how amazing is this. So now I have my turkey with all the vegetables, and I'm gonna taste, guys, taste, 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 taste. You will never, you don't want to give food to anyone if you don't taste what you're giving them first. That's another rule for me. Always taste. Make sure it's well. And I'm going to put now the seasoning that I told you. I'm going to put a little bit of the dulse with garlic. Though I put a lot of garlic.
Chef, Bianca has a great point, and I'm going to answer it and you can add on. So in the chat, she's very almost somewhat traumatized because it's the second time she commented that pea plant protein and Dia vegan processed cheese, you know, learning that it's processed. I mean, it's taking it from its plant form and making it into a form that it's not natural. So yes, unfortunately, there's a processing in that to achieve that end product. So she says, what's a lactose intolerant girl to do? Honestly, I tell people who can't consume dairy for whatever metabolic reasons, or they're trying to achieve weight loss, or their cholesterol is high, when in doubt, add some avocado. Any other suggestions?
Doctor, I couldn't hear a lot. She's asking if you're lactose intolerant, what is the option for what?
Well, she was disappointed to learn tonight that fake cheeses and, you know, pea plant protein substitutes are processed. So she said, what's a lactose intolerant girl to do? So my general rule of thumb for those who can't consume dairy for weight loss reasons or high cholesterol is, when in doubt, add avocado.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
What other like tips would you give to someone who is, you know, can't do dairy for whatever reasons?
Yes, coconut yogurt, coconut milk, plant-based milk, and also you can make, I make an enchiladas with a cheesy, creamy sauce made with cashews. So that is an option. And there's a lot of vegan cheeses that are less processed as well if you make them yourself. But you really need to read the label as well, and also have a balance in everything. If you're going to be eating fake cheese every day, that's not good. Maybe once a week, you don't want to be doing cheeses at home. I would say that also in moderation. You know, what do you think, Dr. Ali?
No, I agree. The less ingredients on that ingredients list, the more natural in its form.
Yes, exactly.
And if you can't pronounce something, it's probably because it's an additive or a preservative that food item underwent some form of processing.
Exactly. So, okay. So now we have our turkey, a lot of turkey here. I'm going to put it in a large container, guys, because this is for the week. And we are almost done. And it's amazing. You can taste the spices and the cilantro. And as you saw, I put the Dulce seasonings on top. And you can taste the garlic and onions. You can taste everything. I put a whole onion there. Okay, so we're done with this. Now I'm gonna take this away from here. So we have two stuffing, one with turkey and one just with cabbage and beans. Can you see them? Fabulous. Now we're going to make our dressing. Okay. So before we make our dressing, I'm gonna make a quick salad because this is gonna be our dinner, right? And I want to talk about salad, Dr. Annie, that, you know, we're Latin here. The salad that my grandmother used to make was lettuce, cucumber, tomato, and maybe onions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that is not a lot of nutrients and a lot of variety, and definitely very boring. So what I always do is my honey love romaine. So yes, I put the romaine, but I also add all the greens. And if the green has a dark, deep green color or red, like the rainbow chard or the collard greens, these are dandelion greens, this one here. I don't know if you can see it. These are bitter greens, dandelion greens, and this is radicchio. So I will combine my humble lettuce with other greens that are going to give me more nutrients. And the trick is to add, maybe this is a little bit bitter, but what I do is I add herbs. I can add a little bit of raisins. I can also add maybe cherries. I have some golden berries that I'm going to add. So I always try to balance the flavors of the salad greens with other ingredients. Okay. Are you shy?
Can we talk a little bit about that too? Yes, I agree. You know, I love romaine also. It's very humble, but there's such a different variety of lettuces in the grocery store. Like, how do you know which ones to choose from, and what are some benefits of some over the others?
So what I said is the higher the color, the higher the nutrients, right? And variety is important. So some will provide you one type of nutrient or minerals, and then others will provide something else. So having that variety is important as well. For example, I have 3 different leaves in here. If you can see, 3 different ones. They provide different texture, different flavors, and it's also not boring because having a salad, same salad with the same greens, you're gonna be tired. So also, I'm going to put in this salad a little bit of raw zucchini, and I have this, how you call this? It's like a sharpener.
A slicer.
Yeah, a slicer, but it's like a sharpener, right? And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of this. Is gonna be also my salad for tomorrow for lunch.
She's making zoodles, guys. Look how easy that is.
And you can do it right there in your table.
So whenever possible, add as much vegetables as you can. They hold volume in your stomach. They obviously are very healthy and nutritious, and it helps you feel full quicker.
Exactly. And it gives you a lot of fiber. And I'm adding 2 different herbs. I have some basil that I have left over. I'm adding a little bit more of the cilantro because this is for me. My honey doesn't like raw cilantro, but this is my salad. So I'm adding some cilantro here. And you can taste, if you want, you can add, these are golden berries. I am not putting the blackberries, I'm putting golden berries, this one. These are tart and amazing. These are full of vitamin A, vitamin C, also more fiber, and it's gonna give you crunch, and it's gonna give you also a different taste. It's like every time you take a spoon of this salad, you're gonna find something different and something exciting in your mouth. Okay, you can put some onions, red onions, and I have here a little bit of raisins, and these are, oh my goodness, sunflower seeds, no salt in them. Okay, so this is a very different salad than the one we're accustomed to, right?
Looks beautiful. It's like a art palette.
Okay, so now we have our sweet potatoes here. Now let me move this here. Sweet potatoes. And I have, we're almost done. Have you had fun? You have to have fun in the kitchen.
Yes, but I'm still waiting on the chipotle dressing. Where's that? Can you guys tell I'm a fat girl at heart?
Tell what? I'm sorry?
I'm saying, can they tell that I'm a fat girl at heart? I love my food.
Done we all. Okay. So, chipotle. I have the chipotle in adobo. I get them in jars, and then what I do is, because it's very spicy, I freeze them, and then I use them little by little.
You bought it fresh?
The smoked jalapeno pepper.
Do you buy the peppers fresh?
No, I buy the organic chipotle in adobo.
Okay.
What happens is that, yes, sometimes if I'm cooking for a client or for me, I find that brand which is really good, and it doesn't have anything in it. So just garlic and onions and the chipotles. So I have the sweet potato flesh here, the meat of the sweet potato, and that is going to be my dressing, guys. So I have my high-speed blender. I'm going to put my sweet potatoes. This is going to be the creaminess of the dressing. I have one jalapeno. I'm sorry, chipotle. In adobo, one. Because I want the kick, but I want to be able to eat it. I have miso, chickpea miso, and garlic. And you can tell we love garlic. I have like 2 big cloves in here. And as I told you before, I take the middle part of the garlic, which is, or the sprout rolls. So, and I'm gonna put a little bit of lemon juice, fresh squeezed lemon juice. Make sure you don't put the seeds in there. Okay. And you can do it with adding a little bit of cashew as well, pre-soaked cashews, so it's even more creamy, but honestly, it's not needed. So I'm going to use plain almond milk, or you can use also vegetable stock, either or. So this is super simple. I'm putting the seasonings, and I'm putting the garlic, lemon juice, the chipotle, the miso for the saltiness, and now I'm putting the milk. But I'm going to put the milk little by little, maybe half a cup, because I really want it creamy, but I wanted also that I can pour on top of my sweet potatoes or in everything. And I'm going to put my mute, guys. Remind me that I'm going to put myself in mute so you don't go crazy with the noise, because I have microphone is going to be too loud. And I'm going to just simple blend this.
I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. I hope you're learning a lot. And if you have any questions, reach out to us in the chat or message us on Instagram. And then if you haven't done so already, leave your email addresses in the chat box if you want to connect.
Dr. Ali, if you were talking to me, I couldn't hear anything.
No, I was just thanking everyone for joining us, and continue with the questions, and keep reaching out to us by email or Instagram, and then leaving their emails in the chat. That's all.
Fabulous. Okay. So it's a little bit too chunky, so I'm going to put a little bit more of the milk, because I want it pourable. I want to be able to put it in a bottle and use it, but I don't want it watery either. So I have to go. I really do this eyeballing it. Usually you put enough to cover the sweet potato, and then you keep adding until you have the right consistency. Okay, I'm going to put myself in mute again.
Someone mentioned they weren't able to view the ingredient card. Please let me know if you're not able to do so, and I will email it to you. Thank you, Camille. You're such a sweet soul.
Again, so now I'm going to taste, always taste, taste, and taste. Now it's better consistency. You see now, and I'm just going to taste it.
That looks amazing.
Oh my God, so good. Oh, I can
Stop
taste that the spice in the back of my mouth. I'm so sorry, guys.
it.
You have ingredients you can make, and now you see how easy it is. You put all the ingredients in the blender and blend. How easy is that? It's really good. So I'm gonna put it in one of those squeezy bottle where you can put it in a mason jar if you want one of this. These are also great options. Wow, I can taste the garlic and the chipotle. Very, very good. And you see, no oils, no salt, and guys, it doesn't need it. I want you to try it at home for yourself. Okay, so now let's do this quick in here. Let me make sure I have a clean spoon. We're almost done. Almost. So here have it, my sweet potato, and I'm going to make a few with the meat. You can also put more vegetables raw in the turkey. You can put more cabbage or more spinach in with the turkey raw. I like to put them raw, but this is for my honey, so I'm gonna keep it like this. So I'm gonna fill 2 for him with the chicken for tonight's dinner. And I'm going to have mine just with the veggies. Okay. Okay, we're almost done. Anything is happening in the chat.
We're all just drooling over the sauce.
But is it easy to make, right? Can you do this at home?
What do you guys think? Everyone's quiet.
Take your mute off. Come on, take your mute and share.
That sauce is going into my blender tomorrow for sure.
Love it, love it. And make it your own. If you want to put more lemon or a little bit more of garlic, whatever. So
Rosa said chef makes it look easy, and I would definitely have to agree with that.
but we only put ingredients in a blender. You roast the sweet potato in the oven. You didn't have to do much. Oh guys, so I'm going to eat. Honestly, doesn't need it. I'm just gonna put a little bit of, so you see that you can also put a little bit more on top of the seasonings, and you can also buy the seaweed and the like in leaves and crush it yourself as well. I will put this on my salad as well. Okay, and okay, so there's two things we can do here. I always keep putting more vegetables. I have some sprouts. These are spicy sprouts. This is combination of radishes. This is organic daikon, organic radish, and organic pepper crust. These are spicy blend. And this also gonna take this to another level. Okay, so I'm gonna put my chipotle sauce on top, as much or as little as you want. Right, and you can put your sprouts on top. If you're gonna eat it right away, you can put the sprouts. If you're not gonna eat it right away, don't put the sprouts. I'm gonna put sprouts on mine here.
So those of us prepping for work, maybe we can get these little containers to keep our sauce, keep it in our lunch bag, little Ziploc bags with the sprouts.
Yes, don't mix it, you put it aside. Also, like for my honey, I will put some grated queso fresco for him, and maybe some, you can also put coconut yogurt if you want. Honestly, it doesn't need it, but if you want to put a little bit of coconut yogurt, you don't have to put more calories in it because the way it is fabulous, it's fantastic. So here is your dinner.
Can we plate it to see what portion sizes we should be looking at?
Honestly, this is the way I will do it. Like this is the one for lunch with my salad. I don't put it together. Obviously, I will not put the sprouts. I will put the sprouts aside. If you are in 1,500 calories diet or less than that, one. And even for dinner, I would recommend just half. Maybe for lunch, you can have two or divide it within the day. But I think with half is enough for dinner. You have plenty there. And I use containers. No, I prefer not to use plastic, but I will put my salad in the bigger container and then have this, to go for other stuff, for my protein and a little bit of brown rice. These are the little ones I use. So this is the portion that I recommend to put your proteins on your carb, or if you're doing like a vegan burger at home with beans and beets and quinoa or rice, whatever, I will put that with my salad is always separately. That work, doctor?
I think it's great. I think people need to see it to believe it.
The salad, I am a salad lover. I can eat a whole bowl of salad, but half will also be enough for dinner. Okay, anything else you guys want to know? Do you like the class? Do you think it's doable?
I'm getting a lot of messages. So we have recorded the Zoom. We're going to post them on our IG pages. Thank you so much. I'm so excited that we were able to do this. I'm hungry now and it's 9 o'clock and I don't know what to do. Drink water, right, right, Chef?
Yes. Or have hard-boiled egg.
Yep, I agree. I agree. Do you ladies have any closing thoughts or words? I hope you guys learned something tonight.
Thank you guys. Please come back to the next one and put in there what else you want to see. Everyone loves the sauce. And it's just sweet potato, almond milk, plain almond milk. Make sure it doesn't have
So
any.
someone's asking for a seafood dish, maybe next.
Okay. Okay, that's
I
great.
have one little comment. Chef Dulce cannot deal with any seafood, but she can do fish and salmon,
Yes.
which I've seen her classes do fish and salmon, but anything that is seafood related, I'm sorry.
So we could do salmon if you can cook with it without any allergies. I think salmon's a great option. Rich in omega-3 fatty acids, a good fat.
And also shrimp as well. So
Which one? And shrimp?
yeah, shrimp, salmon, and fish.
Someone said healthy pizza. I think that sounds amazing. Maybe we could use some of those less non-processed vegan cheeses that Bianca is dying to know about.
Yeah, we're gonna do a cauliflower pizza. That's a great class.
That sounds amazing. Everyone wants healthy pizza, apparently.
It has been so much fun, guys, to have you here. And thank you so much. We're going, as the doctor said, to record it and share it. And please put your email in the chat. Don't go away without letting us know that you were here, and your email so we can connect if you like the class, so we can share the next one. Because there was a lot of people that joined that I don't know who they are. Maybe doctor knows, but we don't want to keep track of who attended, so we can contact you for the next.
Just the ones that I know. My cousin Elena is joining us from Connecticut. We have Heather and Camille here with us in Florida. Anybody else? Everyone, and Michelle is here. We met her at the Simply Healthcare event. You met her that time, and she fell in love with your amazing shakes.
Oh yes, Michelle. Oh, thank you for coming.
All right, ladies. We're wrapping.
Love your shakes.
Yeah, it was so good. We're wrapping up the night. Any last minute questions or comments? We thank you again for taking the hour with us. We know it's almost Friday, long week. We appreciate your time and your questions, your engagement.
Thank you so much, guys. I do this for all of you, so please comment, please follow us on Instagram and share what you want to see, and we're going to do it again. And all for you. Thank you for coming again, as Dr. said.
Bye. Have a great night, ladies. Good night.
I'm sorry, say it again.
No, I was telling ladies that are saying good night. Good night. Thank you.
Good night, guys. Bye. Thank you. Bye, Marta. Bye.
Bye, Martha. Thanks for joining us. Nice meeting you.